Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker for what feels like the first time in forever. And an introduction, I suppose, to my new to me, so brand new, 1997 Honda CB750 Nighthawk. Also, just to put this into context of how insane this is, it's really warm today and it is like mid-October and the sky is completely blue. So this is a new experience for me, and not one that I'm not upset with, to be quite honest with you. It's absolutely fantastic. A very temporary setup, moto vlog setup, because I literally only just got this bike, and all I've done so far is got one new tyre on it, which I'll talk about in a minute. That brake lever is changed because the original was bent. It was dropped in like on a lawn way back when, and that was literally the only damage to it. So the other thing is, though, we'll just get right into it, I suppose, because no point in beating around the bush. Over here, Amerikanskis in this area have a very different relationship with tires. You know, like the guy I bought this bike off was like, oh no, you've fallen down. Was like, oh yeah, no, the tires, you know, they're good for ages because there's tread on them. And I was like, well, how old are they? And he's pretty certain they were original. So I mean, that's a different method of measuring tyre life, not one that I subscribe to. So the very first thing I did was order new tyres, and I got one so far, which, like I said, we'll talk about in a second. But other than that, I went through the bike, and in fairness, it's in very good condition. Stuff that does need to be done is it's going to get a brake fluid flush, it's going to get a new braided brake line, new brake pads. Maybe the brake pads look alright though. Possibly, so the rear brake is a drum, so I might change the shoes on that because they look quite old, and they do seem to be original, which isn't a problem in and of itself, but I don't know, just from a, you know, a point of view that I can change it, I might just change it. We'll see. Other than that, throwing grass out in the road, huh? Seems to be a big thing here, people flinging grass in the road. He didn't, in fairness, it was just dust. But other than that, the bike rides lovely. It definitely needs a new chain. The sprockets look okay because this isn't a very powerful bike. It's about 83 or 4 horsepower. You know, we'll do a kind of an early review on it at some point in the future. I just wanted to make a video and talk to you guys as I headed down to my friend to play bikes for the day. Colleague slash friend. He's my friend now. Whether he knows it or not, we're friends now. Sorry, Chris. But yeah, that's kind of the, oh no, a little baby raccoon. That makes me sad. There's a lot of animals that I see dead on the road over here, and like I rode this back from where I bought it in the night time, and that made me a little bit nervous. Also, this is a new experience. I am not allowed filter to the front of this line, which makes absolutely zero sense to me, but you know, I'll abide by the laws here, especially while I don't have a green card and I'm not legally allowed to stay here forever yet. We'll see how that goes. But no, yeah, so far so good. It was definitely interesting moving here because, you know, as I've discussed with a few of my American amigos, Colleen down in Tampa being one of them, if you don't have a credit history here, it can make life pretty difficult. Not that it did make my life difficult. It would have made it a lot more difficult if I hadn't sold stuff and prepared for moving here, because yeah, they don't want to give you, you know, credit or whatever else if you're just like a fresh human here. Well, that's okay. But we're getting there. You know, I have one bike. Toaster is today, right now, off doing her motorcycle her learning thing. So she's doing a 3-day course learning how to ride and whatever else, just because I thought it was the best option, you know, to make sure that she was safe. So that'll give her a really good grounding from an actual qualified instructor. And then if there's any gaps there that she feels are there, that, you know, when I'm riding with her I feel that are there, which of course there will be. You can't learn everything in 3 days, right? That's just a fact. you know, we can work on that over the coming years, which of course also means, yes, there will be a second bike coming. What it's going to be yet, I don't know. I have a hankering for a 2019 Kawasaki Z900 RS Cafe in what are you doing? That was weird. In Kawasaki, like lime racing green, which is, to me, it's the only color a Kawasaki should be, is that green. It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, let's see how that works out, because of course that will be the first thing that I would need to get a loan for. You know, I can't buy that outright in cash. This cost me $2,500 doll hairs. BXD, I'm stealing your doll hairs thing because you're cool. There you go, I said it. But you know, like a Z900 RS Cafe 2019 with like 2,000 miles is going to be considerably more than that. Which, you know, I'm fine with. I always said when I turned 30 I was gonna treat myself and go into debt for a really nice bike, which I still plan on doing. But there's other things I need to get first. Like I need to buy a new riding jacket. At the moment what I'm using is my 38 Rides hoodie. I do have my airbag vest on, but you know, I'm still not 100% comfortable. I also have, you know, my Lindstrads riding pants, my Indy Ridge boots. I'm wearing Knox gloves today, and of course this wonderful helmet. So, you know, but if anything was to happen, I think I'd be fine, but I could very easily break an elbow, which I've already done before with no elbow pads. So, you know, I'm going to rectify that situation pretty quickly, just because, like, you know, it's a small investment in reality. I don't want to not do that. But yeah, this is North Carolina. This is where I live now. It's sunny. I think it's pretty. You know, I know a lot of North Carolinians I've talked to are like, nah, it's not great. It's quite flat around here. That is the only thing that I will, you know, mark it down some points for. But you've got green, you've got fields. It's just overall very, very pretty. I'm living in the Greenville, Winterville, Aden area. I'm not going to give you exact locations because I don't want to. And yeah, you know, the house we got is perfect. It has a one-car garage. I can't say it the way they say it over here. Garage. It's a garage. Get over it, right? Yeah, I actually, like, I can either say it's super posh, like garage. I have to put on the accent to do it. Garage. Is that right? Garage is a better way to say it in my opinion. Well, yeah, no, I think it's pretty. And I mean, this bike actually fits in very well because it's what I would call a pootler. It likes pootling along. You know, it's a 750cc air-cooled inline 4. It's a pootler. And it's lovely. It's lovely to ride. I have absolutely no complaints about this bike. I only have a couple of 100 miles on it so far, but it really is very nice to ride. And the previous owner, it's a credit to him. He really did look after it. It's very, very clean. Like I said, just the wheels. I'm going to do bearings in the wheels as well. But it's a credit to him. It starts every time. He has the carbs in wonderful condition. It's genuinely, I like buying a bike like this because, you know, the guy who I bought it from clearly loved it and was just, you know, changing some things in his life, so that's why he was selling it. And I'm very happy I got it, and I promise I will look after it. You know, I really do like it. I've always been a fan of these UJM style bikes. You know, a big draw for me for the UJM style is the fact that they can do anything. And the fact that, you know, a smaller rider can jump on one of these, or a larger rider like myself can jump on one of these, and they're still very, very comfortable. Like this bike, it's honestly been just perfect. Yeah, okay, it misses that little bit of adrenaline when you twist the throttle. You know, braking isn't amazing. It's a single brake disc on the front with two piston caliper. It's not fantastic, but at the same time, I don't think you'll ever ride it like that, because you really would have to be, you know, throttling it to get there. And it also sips fuel, so I mean, over here I'm basically not spending money to put fuel in it, because it's like considerably less than €1 a litre for the middle fuel, which is what this wants. It doesn't want premium. one of the cars I bought wants premium. I'm also going to do some videos on the cars I bought. So I bought a 1999 Chevrolet Suburban 5.7 litre V8 Vortec. Why did I buy that? Because when the weather here gets bad, it gets really bad, and I've always wanted a big stupid V8 truck. You know, is it good on fuel? No. Is it maneuverable? No. Is it good in anything that's not cruising in a straight line? No. But it is exceptionally comfortable, and those engines are very reliable, which is realistically all I need right now. So I went for that. And then we also got a 2004 Chevrolet Impala SS, which is the supercharged 3.8 litre V6. And why did I get that when I could have went for like a much more sensible daily car? Well, the reason being because that's about as fast as it gets. The reason we got that is because honestly life is too short to drive shit cars. And if I had to get a car, which I did, then I really did not want to spend money, aka waste money, on buying something boring, which is why I never really wanted a car in Ireland, because most of the cars you can have there now for daily driving that are reasonably good to insure and put fuel in, they're all really bloody boring. Whereas a 5.7 litre V8 Suburban, it might be boring in a sense, but it's also boring in a good sense. Look at all those trees. I love the trees over here, and I know someone's going to mock me because I am always like, look at that geography, in the words of Grumpy Bike Wizard. But yeah, the trees are actually very beautiful, and like that shit, that's so cool to me. Just like, you know, an old thing. And that's cotton, by the way, growing in that field there, which is which is crazy, because like I've never seen cotton grow before, so it's nice and new to me, you know. And that's the other thing, is this is all new to me. These roads, I think I've ridden on this one once before, but it's very much a new setting, which is cool. It's cool to explore. And the road surfaces here are incredible. And now I don't know, is that just a North Carolina thing or an East North Carolina thing? But honestly, excuse me, all of the roads that I've ridden on around here have just been like this, super smooth. You have to watch for the occasional dead creature and the occasional bit of dirt, but overall phenomenally clean. Phenomenally clean. About the tires, so I'm actually really disappointed. So I ordered tires from a local dealership. Said local dealership had a KLR 650 that I was going to consider buying once I got, you know, finance sorted. But to be honest now, they probably will never get my business again, because number one, they messed up the tire order, which would have been absolutely fine. Things like that happen. But they also quoted me $40 a tire to fit the tires if I just brought them the wheels, which I did. I took the wheels off the bike. Toaster brought the wheels over for me while I was at work. And when she got there, they said, no, we would never have quoted 40 a wheel. We quoted 45 a wheel. Now, it's not that big a difference. It's $5 a wheel, whatever, extra. But I already thought that 40 a wheel was excessive. It's just that I wanted, you know, I like working with a local dealership. I like having my go-to place. It won't be them anymore. It's more the fact that, you know, they quoted one thing on the phone, and then, you know, they really seem not to have their shit together, this particular dealership. And if anyone wants a name, if anyone's interested, just send me a message and I'll let you know. I just don't want to, you know, I'm not interested in going on a flame war on them. They, you know, that's not what I'm about. But yeah, disappointed to say the least. And then when I actually went over to collect the two wheels so I could put back on my old crappy front tire and my new rear tire, it's just the way they spoke to me, because they'd ordered so the front tire on this is a 180, 80 or 18, and they had ordered instead of the 180, 80 or 18 because they couldn't get one anymore, which is fine, that happens. But they ordered a 180, 90 or 18, and I was kind of like, look, to be honest, the reason I gave you my business in the first place was because you could get me a matching set that matched OEM specs, and I wanted OEM specs. And then they'd already fitted the rear tire and then talked to me like I was an idiot when I mentioned that I wanted OEM specs. I was like, well, it doesn't make a difference. But it does. it's going to change how the bike handles, and it's going to change, because it's a front wheel speedo, it's going to change my speedometer, which is annoying because it already reads wrong and I was going to fix it. But it's just basically the demeanor of how they acted towards me that's lost in my business going forward, because there's plenty more fish in the sea, and I'm going to spend a lot of money on bikes over the next few years. I would imagine it's what I spend my wages on, and it will not be going to them. You know, it won't be going to them. So it is what it is. It's just disappointing because they were the closest dealership to my house that isn't a Harley dealer, and I'm unlikely to be buying a Harley anytime soon. So we'll stop now, and I'll give you a quick look at the bike, if I can find somewhere to stop, that is. That's one thing that, you know, Ireland always had in spades, was somewhere to pull in, and it's nearly like over here is nearly too clean and clear, because there's very rarely somewhere to pull in and just chat, which I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to have to, you know, figure out somewhere to pull in and chat that isn't, you know, someone's property, but we'll figure that out. You know, welcome back to the channel. I never really left. I did fall behind in some comments, and I apologize for that, but I didn't have internet, and you know, there was a lot of house stuff I had to do. I had to find a house, rent a house, furnish the house, open a bank, get my social security number. I had to redo my driving license. I had to redo my bike license. And whoever actually commented that to me before and said it to me, you were 100% right. I did have to redo that, which I was misinformed about previous to that. My phone is ringing. Anyway, you know, it's funny because I used to get real upset over riding at this speed. You know, I'd want to be past the car in front of me and everything like that. This bike isn't really an overtaking machine. It doesn't have a huge amount of power, so it kind of forces you to poodle, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm just taking in all these honestly beautiful views, you know, just like open fields and trees and blue skies. And the only thing it is missing a little bit is some twisty mountain roads, but you know, Ireland's twisty roads came from the fact that we were kind of forced into it. The Amerikanskis had the opportunity to not have twisty roads and have them you know, safer and more open, and they did that. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, you see a lot of these views around here, just the open plains that have just been farmed, you know, and then there's a lot of like pop-up buildings that all kind of look very similar, and then there's really cool places like that with old cool American cars that are, you know, there for fixing. It's a cool place. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying all the new sights and sounds. Oh, that was sudden. There you go. Oh, a Harley rider actually waved back. That's nice. Pleasant. Oh, I need to adjust my rear brake. I had it off and I didn't readjust it properly, so now it's not working. Oh, Snow Hill. We're into it. We'll stop here. This is the perfect place to stop and do a little walk around the bike. Look at that bridge and look at that river. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It makes me so happy, so happy to be back out on a bike. I missed it. I think I was off a bike for about 6 to 8 weeks, and I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy not having a bike for that long. If you're someone like me whose blood actually, you know, probably has bike juice in it, I would not recommend it. These luxury pet boarding, yeah, there's someone in there, so we'll find somewhere. ABC store, don't want to go there. ABC stores here, by the way, is where you buy like what you would call liquor in a lot of places. Spirits, basically. It's the only place you can buy them. Greene County Operations Center, Tech Center. Let's go in here. This looks fine. So this is the new bike of the GorillaBiker for now, and it is a 1997 Honda CB750 Nighthawk. And I really like it. It's a very nice ride. It's extremely comfortable. I want to try to get bags and stuff for it so I don't have to carry a backpack. But yeah, that's it. That's the bike. It was freshly serviced The seller also gave me a brand new oil filter with it, so that saved me some time. And yeah, overall extremely happy with it. It's honestly like a very good, fresh, excuse me, bike. So once I get the new front tire on there, I'll be able to actually enjoy it a lot more and give it a go. But yeah, look, I'm going to be making hopefully a lot of videos coming up soon. I need to cover like so much stuff that's happened in my life, and you know I'm an open person, so you know I want to cover all of the trials and tribulations of moving here, and let you all know how that was and how it was to experience and whatnot. So if you have any questions, do pop them down in the comments. It's good to be back. 360 cams and all that will return when I get my computer back up and running. I'm still editing on a laptop, which can't tolerate the 360 cam, but yeah. If you've watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to my patrons. Some of you guys stuck with me the whole way. I did pause the payments because I didn't want to feel like I was robbing you. That was for me, that wasn't for you. You know, I didn't want to wake up guilty every day. And the abuse I've gotten from some since turning them off to turn them back on is also appreciated. But I will re-enable the Patreon from November, because hopefully we'll be back to it and see where we go. But yeah, as always, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate everything, and hopefully that you didn't miss the channel too much while it was gone, or realize that it sucked and never want to watch it again. Both of those would be bad. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much again for watching. Adios. Outro crew. What do you think? Second bike, I think a Z900 RS Cafe in lime green would look fantastic with this. And then that'd be my bikes for a while, because I would be broke before I got another one. Unless it was like a steel project-y bike. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I need to adjust that back wheel. Anyway, bye outro crew. Thank you for watching.